Hey, what's up guys, aarava here, and welcome back to the episode of my F1 2020 Manager Career Mode here with McLaren for episode number 2 in Season 2 of the Dubai GP. If you guys did miss the opening round of this brand new season of this career mode, then be sure to go check that one out before you see this one uploaded about 2 days ago. I think it was a really enthralling Australian Grand Prix that was. Spoiler alert, obviously fantastic result, as you can clearly see by the right-hand side. Carlos Sainz getting the win and pole position, which saw us get 2 more points. Lando Norris in P4 after having obviously both cars suffered some issues with the reliability, and that's something we have to try and get up as high as we can basically. But it was as expected, chaotic first race, and we're able to pull through. I don't think the same sort of chaos will be at Dubai, because it definitely won't be raining like it was at Australia at Dubai, but we can hope for some carnage hopefully. But we're going to answer this question, not going to affect the other drivers. That's all fine. We'll review the pit crew, and hopefully everything will be good. We've got our brand new gearbox, which has been built, so that's also good and fantastic. So we can continue to build on it. The gearbox is still not really where we want it to be, so we're going to go ahead and build another one, really, and keep on delving down into it. So 15 plus is going to be the best here, and then here it will be plus 40 to max. That'll reduce reliability, but we can grow that and get that back up into shape. That'll take, though, 13 days after the Grand Prix, so that will come in for next episode, unfortunately. So now that we're getting into the third iteration of the gearbox, it's going to take a little bit longer to actually make, but that's fine, to be expected. Pit crew review, they're all looking pretty damn decent apart from this 1.2 man, so let's swap him out. But apart from that, they all look pretty comfy here. Might want to fire this guy if we can find a good hire, although he does have a 18 rear jack, which we want to keep around actually, so my bad. So we might not actually want to fire any of these guys apart from maybe this one, because we've got 2 19s in the front jack, so we don't need 2. Let's have a look here. Okay, we've got level 19 here, so let's reject the rest of these guys and do what I said. Let's fire. We've got 19. Let's fire this level 14 dude. Don't need him because we've got already a backup front jack man. And then we'll hire this guy, and he'll be 19 on the tyre. And so we can move him in and swap him in for one of these 0.7s. And that is a 1.9 dead pit stop. I think the fastest pit stop time we've had for a long while, I think. So we're going to move forward. Then car repair is going to take 2 days to get done. But once it's done, we can look into the reliability of the rest of the car. Right, move through. Here we go. Car's done. Improve parts. Right, we're going to go ahead and remove this. Add that on, because these two will be the best gearboxes we've got. In terms of reliability to the rest of the car, let's move this forward then. Allocation over here. Performance parts. I want to keep 1 staff on that, so we'll move through there and continue. And we're going to have our brakes R&D facility is going to get completed quite soon, actually. Quite soon. A lot sooner than I thought it would be. Report of Dubai, obviously 0% chance of rain, as you would expect. But here we go then. HQ has been built. If it can show me it. So brake facility is now up to epic. So now if we do brakes, if we do iterations on the brakes, that will be actually now kind of useful for us. We'll actually get some improvements on the brakes, which is fantastic news for us. So that's awesome. Obviously right now we're focusing on the gearbox, but I think the next part we could focus on is brakes. I think gearbox and brakes are generally the 2 worst parts on our car. But now we look ahead to this Grand Prix medium tyre wear. Let's take in a bunch of ultras. I think mediums are quite important for us over here, so we'll take in 6 of those, and then like 3 super softs just in case we might want to use them in the race. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Fit parts wise, let's have a look here. So we've got this brand new gearbox, which is 75%, 75%. So we're gonna give this one. I'm going to stick this one with Norris. Essentially, Sainz will get an upgrade of sorts, but he's still got a worse one than Norris by 2 points, though, so it's not that much, really. And everything else I'll keep the same, really, because they're level with here. Sainz has the better suspension, but obviously Norris has the better gearbox. Wings the same. Slightly better engine for Sainz, and then a slightly better brake set for Norris. So pretty okay balance, like I said, from last time there. In terms of reliability, how is this all looking? 75, 74, pretty decent, okay. Probably in the next race will be good to remove these and move on to the other components, really. Things like the wings was an issue. Although, to be fair, last time the suspension was an issue and the brace was an issue. So maybe brakes, I think, is going to be the next thing I need to look at, really. once we're done. So hopefully the brakes don't fade too much in this race here. But we're ready to go. It's going to be pretty smooth sailing. It's Dubai. It's never going to rain. So this might be a bit of a harsh reality check in terms of wherever the car is in practice and the pace. That will probably be the pace and quality in the race as well, to be honest, in terms of there's no rain to kind of help us out, raid us, or, you know, make the AI make mistakes. But you never know. You never know. So let's see about that. Let's get into practice. All right, taking practice, and like with Dubai, most of the time, the setup is very iffy, really, in terms of the ones I've got saved are very, well, not updated, really, so I should probably make a habit of saving the one I have this season now for future seasons, but we'll see how it goes, but might need to waste some time doing some setup tweaks. I think we'll stay out for at least this stint of 4 laps just to get the knowledge on the mediums in the race, because we definitely will use the mediums this time around, the hardest compound tyre, unlike Australia, where obviously we moved to the softest because there was rain, so it was useful, but this one definitely will use the mediums a lot, so we'll go ahead and get the knowledge first, then check the setup. We're 2.2 off the pace right now compared to the Ultras. Not going to get too worried right now, but I already have a feeling that the car definitely is going to have a reality check of being maximum P6, P7, I think, in terms of race pace and quali pace even as well. Right, Sainz is in, and the setup is actually okay there. We've got one excellent and a great there. So apart from the gear ratio, looking pretty good, actually. So that's very nice indeed. So now, gear ratio, I suggest we just move downwards towards acceleration then, and we'll be all good, really, in terms of that. So going to go for another 4 laps in. That should see us through into level 3 on the race trim and the mediums. Norris, what's he saying? It's one excellent and okay and an okay. So I think we need to reduce the gearbox ratio, and I think for him as well, I think we didn't go as hard as we could have on the suspension, so I'm going to do that as well. And I'm going to say probably that is going to be where he wants to be in terms of the speed balance. Let's move that a little bit harsher on the suspension arms. Right, move that back to 4 laps. Current, medium, go back out. Finish that stint. Here's hoping that's the setup done then, hopefully, and then we'll swiftly move on to the Ultras and the quality trim. And actually, time-wise, I think we could just about get in all 3 levels here, because it is a pretty short lap, actually, 1:12. It's not the long layout of Dubai. This is the shorter layout, so I think we could just about do this. Right, Sainz is in, and we got one excellent, one great, and now a good. So we're getting there. Not quite there yet, but we're getting there. So that's a good. If that was okay, I feel like we just go even shorter. But I've got no way to go even shorter than that unless I somehow move the suspension, or actually if I can use this camber to good effect and then bring this back to where we were basically, or maybe move that to understeer. I think something like that might be the one to go. Right, quali 3 laps, Ultras go, and I'll try and do the same for Norris basically. Hopefully, yeah, try and tweak that a little bit more. Right, end of practice, got level 3 on the Ultra and the quality trim, so all good in terms of that regard. Getting all the knowledge. In terms of setups, not too sure, because these guys haven't finished their stints yet, so I haven't actually checked that. So I'm not actually confident we've got entirely the best setup we could want, but I think we're going to have to accept it around like a 92 to 94% setup there, and go into quali. Right, Q1, Ultra, and the quality trim as per usual. Let's have a quick look at the setup then and see what we're saying. Oh, actually, in the end of it, we got 2 excellents and a great. So actually, that's pretty damn decent. So on the final attempt, we finally got some sort of decent setup looking good. I'm always happy with 2 purples and a green in terms of the setup there. Percentage-wise, 97. Okay, couldn't be happier. That's great. So we'll need 3 sets for each quali. That'll leave us 2 free, 2 for Q3, 1 free for the race. That's probably all we need, really, to be honest, because I don't think we're going to run more than 2 sets of Ultras, if that, in the race. So yeah, we'll use a set of Ultras in Q1, just try and get through. I probably could get through on Supers, but I don't know. I just fancy using the Ultras. And Supers, I don't know. I said we might use them. To be honest, probably not now because of the lack of knowledge on it, but no, you always have to have some just in case. Right, so through into Q2. Q1 was no issue there. We now go on to another set of Ultras. In terms of pace-wise, we looked actually pretty okay. I think Sainz was P4 or 5 in Q1, so not too bad there. So let's see what this is like in terms of maybe track evolution. Track grip's going up and up as we go through. Probably could have waited to the end of session like we did in Australia, just to really see what the track, what the pace is like. Although here at Dubai, like we had last time, a very odd glitchy effect of as we're going through quali, the track grip is just staying super low, and we're basically constantly chasing track grip that's just not there. So it's a little bit glitched, well, very glitched actually, and just means that we're getting some very weird lap times here, and we're you know, we're 4 tenths away from the drop zone, but we're down in P7 and 9 there. Very odd. I don't know if the AI getting any sort of similar thing, but look at that. It's just going down and down. So definitely something's a little bit wrong there. I don't know, but anyway, we're going to be through into Q3 either way, but looks like the pace definitely is lacking a little bit, although we're only 2 tenths off Red Bull, so not too far off. Hopefully, maybe we can just pick up the pace in Q3, and hopefully in the race, if track grip's not glitchy as hell like this is right now, we could be better in race trim. Okay, here we go. Again, track grip is, yeah, creeping down already. So this is just really quite broken. But we'll go out at the start here and we'll go out at the end. See if there's any sort of difference there, basically, for either of them. But, yeah, let's see what this is like. I think P7, honestly, P7 and 8 will be probably the best we can hope for. That'll be a good result, I think, because it looks like definitely our car's lacking a little bit of pace here. And, oh, that is a horrendous outlap there for Carlos Sainz. So that might not be a great lap anyway for him. So he's going to have to go again, probably. 8 tenths off Hamilton there. And Norris is 4 tenths off Sainz. So, yeah, not exactly desirable, but let's see how everyone else goes. Vettel puts in a good lap. Gasly through ahead of us. What's Chilton saying? The other Red Bull as he crosses the line, well, no, he doesn't cross the line yet. There he goes, and he's P6. Verstappen on the Ferrari, P5. So P7, P9. So Norris got some improvements, and if we improve by about 2 tenths there, we could just get Chilton. But again, look at this. Just what is it? I don't understand. Right, we're going to move through to the end of the session. It's not going to matter, though, because track grip's low. Again. But, right. It's pretty quiet on track now. Let's send out Norris. Send out Sainz as well. There we go. And let's hope and pray they can improve a little bit. Otherwise, P7 and 9 is where we're looking at, which is, yeah, just compared to last episode, not exactly amazing, but still pretty okay, I think, for where the car is actually on paper. But let's see. It's 1 green and a white. That's not really... Oh, that's actually really not great. They both did not improve there, and it's because of the track grip. So P7 and P10 for Norris, behind the rest of the Renault and Yamamoto. Very weird, very strange. Right, I'm begging the race is fixed and the track grip's fine in the race, and we can actually try and push forward, hopefully. Right, so in terms of the race knowledge, we'll take in medium tyres, because I think we're going to have to use them just based off history of the Dubai GP. These tyres will only go about 11 laps, probably only... Let's be realistic, probably 9, I would say, if we're going to attack here. And I do want to attack at the start because we need to try and make up places from P7 and 10, hopefully, and go forwards rather than backwards here. Track grip's low. It's going to apparently go up as we go through the race. I really hope it's not glitched. If it is, it's going to just be a very tough Grand Prix, really. So... let's just see. I'm a little bit, you can maybe tell my voice, I'm not maybe that positive about this one because it just looks like everything's going against us a little bit compared to last time. But I guess that's the way Formula 1 is sometimes. But let's just get into this then and try and make the most of it. Here we go then to 5 red lights to the Dubai GP round number 2 of Season 2 2021. 5 red lights and we're on the way. And it's a good start there for Carlos Sainz. It's an okay one for Norris there. He remains in P11 down the inside though. And Norris will try and get it 2 places, 3 places, gain up into P4. Gets Verstappen, Ricciardo and Gasly around the outside. He's 3 wide with the 2 Ferraris there of Verstappen and Vettel. The Toro Rosso of Wickens is getting out of nowhere. I don't know. I've never heard of him, but he's coming out of nowhere and trying to make a charge. Norris, meanwhile, is unfortunately down to P14 there, so he's having a bit of a torrid time, whereas Sainz has made up some good places there and is in P5. Will now get P4, and so that's a good start there for our lead Spaniard, and he's now going to get P3, so looking much better there compared to the Ferraris in race trim there, and he might even have a look at Chilton, the second Red Bull. Gasly obviously being the other one, down in P9, and Norris now finally picking up the pace, up in P7, gets the Toro Rosso, good stuff there, and now we are now round the outside of Chilton, and we're up into P2, mega stuff there from Carlos Sainz, and now we're looking good to maybe try and pull away and chase after Hamilton. I'm hoping this is where we can stay, but now our tyres are cooking, so we need to try and protect them quite a fair bit. Same thing for Lando Norris, so try and protect them, please. Right, lap number 6. You can guess what's happening here. He's flat spotted his tyres, so that's good. So he's lost some tyre temperatures there, and he's made a mistake. So that's really quite frustrating there, because it's another mistake from Norris. He just keeps on making them too often, way too often, and it's getting very annoying. And he's now down to P8. He was P7, now P8. And tyre wear, and he's got a drive-through! He's got a drive-through. I'm going to give Norris a 3-strike policy this season. This is strike 1. 2 more strikes this season, I will fire him. I'm saying it now. I will fire him. I will replace him. 2 strikes. 2 strikes left, Norris. That's it. Because this happened last season, and it wasn't costly. But if we're wanting to win championships and go for race wins and podiums, you can't be doing this. And your AI in the game is very prone to making mistakes for some reason. And I'm not here for it. I'm just not. Right, so Norris does his drive-through. So that's pretty much him out of contention of high points, maybe even any points really today, because he's down in P17. So I'm just going to push as hard as I can now, and we're going to come in pretty soon for the medium tyres, whereas Sainz in P2, doing a good job to stay ahead of Chilton here. Going to go medium fuel and just try and stay in P2 and stretch this stint. Norris here pushing, probably going to come in on this lap, to be honest. Yeah, come in on this lap. Mediums, fast pit stop. How long do these tyres go for? 19 to 20? Okay, good. So probably 2 sets of mediums will be easily done with Norris there. Right, he's in. Tyres overheat. Was that overheating or tyres worn? I think tyres worn for Sainz. Right, Norris is in. We're going to go pushing and medium because you have to save fuel. But I want to push on the outlap for a little bit there, and I'm just going to let him do his thing in 22nd place. There's no point looking after him because it's going to be too much of a up and down kind of situation looking at both these drivers. But we continue on then with Carlos Sainz trying to stretch this stint, and he's doing a pretty damn decent job, to be fair. The only one beating him is Lewis Hamilton, so can't complain about that. Right, Chilton's pit. We're going to push in on this lap now because I don't want him to get an undercut on us. And it's probably the right time to push because you can see there, 1.2 gain. That's a decent in-lap here. I'm going to go into a set of medium tyres. And then I think we probably should be good with Sainz to go into another set of ultras at the end of this Grand Prix, actually, you know. And that might help us massively trying to get the fast lap of the Grand Prix. That'll be useful. But here we go then. In for the pit stop onto mediums. It's a good pit stop there, no mistakes, and we're out ahead of Chilton, who's also on the set of mediums. Vettel has jumped Chilton, though, in the Ferrari, and the Ferrari is on super soft, so that's something to watch out for here. He's going to actually come at us quite rapidly, unfortunately, and we're low fuel. We're going to go medium now, but let's see if we're trying to hold this through. The Ferrari's looking pretty rapido at the moment here, and Hamilton's an ultra, so he's gone very aggressive, Hamilton has. We're going to go down to conserve with Norris. Going to see those tyre temps are going up a little bit, but we're going to concentrate on Sainz here and his battle with Vettel, and he's going to just hopefully keep ahead of him. But for how much longer? He's going to come knocking here. He's on super soft, so he should be faster than us, but right now we're doing a good job to wear his tyres out and keep him at bay here for now. So Sainz doing a brilliant job, mate. Keep on going like this, mate. Just keep on going. We're going to go high fuel. Going to go conserve. Trying to save the tyres a little bit here, whilst also using the fact that Sainz has a very good... I mean, look at that. We're on high fuel. He's hardly burning any fuel. So his stat of being good on fuel is very, very useful. Very, very useful indeed. So here we go. Keep on going there. Going to go medium now. Trying to save some fuel again. Keep it going here. We've absolutely wrecked Vettel's stint here, basically. He's now going to he's going to now finally overtake us here as he pushes. But we've already wrecked his entire stint there. So that's good stuff from us. Very good stuff from us. Right, so sit rep on lap 24, or 23 rather, as we're going to go on to 24 soon. Sainz still P2 then. Vettel did have to pit. He's down to P6 now on ultras. I think we're looking very good in terms of tyre wear. Just got to conserve this a little bit longer and try and take this to at least lap 30 for Sainz, and then go into ultras at the end of the Grand Prix, hopefully. Fuel-wise, we're looking good for him. Norris, we're pushing on because we've saved a lot of fuel, and I'm pushing on because we're going to pit for another set of mediums with him, so we can afford to push these tyres a little bit longer. Probably going to go to a full-on attack, probably around about now, actually, maybe, or the next lap, and go overtake mode as well, and try and have a good in-lap then for him. So let's go now, and let's see, he's got a mechanical issue. Oh, his rear wing's red. So good timing, really. So pit onto another set of mediums. Probably, I may as well fix that. It's going to take 9 seconds, but I'd rather have that. I mean, you know, he's going to get no points either way, really. Let's be honest here. So I may as well fix the rear wing and let him just... I don't know, maybe he can try and steal fast out of the Grand Prix. Although there is that, I think the rule applies in the game as well. You have to be in the top 10, so it might not matter, really. But let's go low fuel there. Save some fuel in the in-lap. Right, for Sainz, let's go high, and let's start pushing a little bit now again. Right, Norris makes his pit stop there, changes the rear wing, and he's going to be out in P16 high. We'll go pushing, and I don't know, let's see. Maybe, hopefully some of these guys pit, and he can be maybe, I don't know, P12, maybe just get 1 point by some sort of miracle at the end. I don't know, I'm not too sure. Hamilton's already pit, and he's ahead of us, so we've definitely lost the race win, but I'm really eager to keep P2, and also we can try and get fast up the Grand Prix later on. How long is a pit stop going to be? If we change into ultras, don't need to fix our car, fast pit stop, it's going to be 1 second, and that'll wait. If we pit now and pit, where will that put us? P4. We'll be fighting. We'll exit well behind Pierre Gasly. So Vettel would have jumped us, but surely he's going to pit again. Because he's pushing hard now, because I think he knows he's going to pit again. So I think we just try. I'm going to honestly try and just stretch. We're racing Vettel. He's got the fast lap of the Grand Prix now. We just try and stretch this as much as we can and keep ahead of him here and then pit with him, basically, or just kind of near him. Blue flag for Lando Norris. That's very embarrassing, isn't it? That's very embarrassing. That's actually so embarrassing for him. Right, yeah, we keep on going like this. Because now, if I'm going to get the fast lap of the Grand Prix, that's almost like the same as a race win. So just keep it going here, mate. Overtake mode. Probably one more lap, I would say. Overtake mode. We're looking okay. Keep it going, mate. Keep it going. One more lap, mate. One more lap like this, I think. And then we'll be good. That'll be 9 laps on Ultras. And that'll be decent. Right, let's go. Full out attack, mate, on this in lap. Let's try and get in with a decent... Oh, Ocon spun. That's yellow flags. And we're going to pit in. Ultras. Ooh, we've got a bit of an iffy rear wing. That'll be fine. 29. Come on, hold out. Right, pit in. Low fuel. In. We've gained 1 second there on that in lap. And we pit on the same lap as Vettel, I think that is. So, literally, we call that really well. Right, battle the pit stops. Please, no mistake. Good stuff. Right, we're out ahead of Vettel still. We'll save some fuel. We'll push on the outlap, though, a little bit. But I want to try and get the fast lap of the Grand Prix. That's the ideal scenario here. Oh, what's happened here? Norris, oh, tyres overheated. All right, let's back this up a little bit. Let's go overtake mode, though, because he's got a lot of fuel. Oh, of course he's got a lot of fuel. He's 1 lap down, so he can afford to burn that. Right, with Sainz, we're P4. We're battling Chilton for some reason. He should... Is that the other... Oh, where is the other Chilton? Oh, Chilton's there. Okay, so has he jumped us? Is he going to pit again? I really hope he's going to pit again. I really hope so. Right, let's go conserve and just save this. Well, not too much, actually. Let's go high, please. No. Okay, Vettel overtakes us. But surely we'll push again. Okay, Vettel might have us right now. I'm so... Okay, do I need to push, right? I mean, Vettel's on backup mode. So we'll continue like this. Right, rear wing condition is low, 17%. So once again, Sainz will end the race looking very iffy indeed. But, right, he's lost about 4 seconds to Vettel, which is unfortunate. But we're all catching Chilton Ricciardo. And we've got 3 laps remaining. I reckon 68, that's enough to go full out attack, I reckon. I think you can push like a stabbed rat and just go for it. So let's go for the fast lap of the Grand Prix. Let's go for it. Pushing, let's go. Fast lap of the Grand Prix, that's what I want to see here. Come on. White, first sector. Green, second sector. No, that's not fast lap of the Grand Prix, but we're pushing hard to catch Vettel. We're going to overtake Vettel. Come on, get him. Tyres overheat, up into P3. Oh, there's a spin. Oh, Renault span, and that's held up Ricciardo there as well. We're up into P2 now. On towards the final lap of the Grand Prix. Let's go low fuel now, because we need it. But on to the last lap of the Grand Prix, up into P2. We won't get the fast lap of the GP, which is what I wanted, to try and match the points that Hamilton has. Although I think Hamilton got pole as well, so he'll get 4 extra points for that. But on the last lap, we get P2 there. Get it done. Low fuel, limp across the line, and it's P2 at Dubai for Carlos Sainz. And actually, hang on, in the end, Carlos Sainz got P9. Norris got P9. Somehow, I don't know how he did that, because I have to go low fuel for the last 4 laps for him, but somehow he's nicked 2 points there. Fair play, mate, fair play, but Sainz there, 3 laps to go, pushed like a stab rat, got Chilton, got Ricciardo, got Vettel. Proud stuff there. Good P2, mate. Good P2. Unfortunately, we couldn't get fast up the Grand Prix to try and steal some points away from Hamilton, but we did the best job we could, I think. That was the best damage limitation, I would say, and best result we could have hoped for, really. So, good stuff there, mate. Really good stuff. Alright, so in the end, Hamilton gets 27 points. The fast lap of the Grand Prix went to Vettel, though, so that's good, at least for our sakes, that Hamilton didn't get 4 lots of extra points there. So, second place, 18, 27. So, it means, with silver there, we still... Ooh, we're level on points with Hamilton. So, interesting stuff. Lando Norris down to P5. Constructors-wise, we still lead by 2 points there. But this is what I mean. Norris, 2 more strikes, you're out, mate. Because we can't have you coming P9. We need you up there with Sainz if we have any chance of getting McLaren this championship in this season, or, you know, even next season if you keep performing like this, just, you know, long-term wise. So, that's why. So, 1 strike down, 2 strikes left. and then you're out, mate. I'm going to replace you. Right, 2.5 in the bank, looking very good in terms of our cash flow basis, and that's been hot. But I'm very happy for Carlos Sainz's race. That was a good race for him. I think, like I said, best we could have hoped for, really, in terms of the pace, and Hamilton looking electric as ever. So I think to fend off Vettel, how we did in that second stint, and then being overtaken and then pushing and overtaking all three of those cars at the end. That's fantastic stuff. So, guys, if you did enjoy that as well, then be sure to hit that like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. If you're new around here, subscribe for weekly F1 content. I'm aarava. Hope you should stay. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.